Rain fell like static over the city the night Inspector Arjun Mehra received the call. Not the dramatic kind of rain that cleanses anything. This was the stubborn drizzle that settles into your bones and makes everything feel unfinished. Another one, the voice on the line said, tight and uncertain. Same pattern. Arjun didn't ask what pattern. He already knew. The victim was found in a locked apartment on the third floor of a crumbling building. No signs of forced entry, no fingerprints except the victim's, no weapon. Just a single detail that had begun to haunt Arjun's sleep, a small paper crane placed carefully on the victim's chest. This made four. Each victim lived alone, each apartment locked from the inside, each body discovered exactly at 3:17 a.m., and each time that same paper crane, folded with impossible precision, as though machine-made yet unmistakably handmade. Arjun crouched beside the body. The victim, a middle-aged accountant, stared blankly at the ceiling, his face frozen not in terror but in confusion, like he had seen something he couldn't understand. "Windows?" Arjun asked. "Bolted shut," the constable replied, "from inside." "Neighbors?" No one heard anything. Of course they hadn't. Arjun reached for the paper crane, hesitated, then slipped on gloves before picking it up. The folds were crisp, too crisp. He unfolded it carefully. Inside, written in faint ink, were three words: "You missed it." Back at the station, the evidence board had become a quiet obsession. Photos, timelines, diagrams, lines crisscrossing in a web that led nowhere. The victims had no connection, different professions, different neighborhoods, different lives. Except one thing. Each had filed a police report exactly 1 year before their deaths. Missing item. No sign of break-in, nothing valuable taken. Dismissed at the time as minor, even forgettable. Arjun leaned closer to the reports. A watch, a pen, a photograph, a book. Objects with no obvious connection, but all of them personal, intimate, chosen. The breakthrough came at 2:43 a.m. when Arjun stopped thinking like a detective and started thinking like the person leaving the cranes. He went back to the first victim's apartment, alone this time. He stood in the center of the room and whispered, "I didn't miss it." Nothing happened. He felt ridiculous, tired. Then he noticed something he had overlooked before: the mirror. It was slightly tilted. Arjun approached it slowly. His reflection stared back, drawn, sleepless, uncertain. "You take things," he said quietly. "Not valuables, not random." His voice sounded wrong in the room, like it didn't belong. "You take what matters most to them." The reflection didn't move. Then it blinked. Arjun froze. He hadn't blinked. A thin crack appeared across the mirror's surface, spreading like a fracture in reality itself. From within it, something shifted, not a person, not quite, but a shape that mimicked one. "You noticed," it said, its voice echoing from nowhere and everywhere at once. Arjun didn't reach for his gun. He knew it would be useless. "What are you?" he asked. "A correction," it replied. "I take what is unseen, what is unguarded, what is missed." "And then you kill them." A pause. "They kill themselves," it said calmly. "Eventually, when they realize what's gone." Arjun's mind raced. "The objects are anchors," it interrupted. "Small things, but essential. Remove them." The crack widened and the reflection smiled when Arjun did not. "And people unravel." Arjun thought of the victims, their confusion, not fear. "What did you take from me?" he asked before he could stop himself. The thing tilted its head. "You haven't noticed yet." A paper crane slipped through the crack and landed at Arjun's feet. "Soon," it said. The mirror snapped back to normal. Silence. Arjun stood there for a long time. Then he picked up the crane with trembling hands. He didn't unfold it. Not yet. Because for the first time since the case began, he understood the real horror. It wasn't the locked rooms. It wasn't the impossible killer. It was the idea that something vital could be taken from you, and you wouldn't even know what it was until it was too late.